Welcome back to Real Savant, where we bring you recaps of the most awesome movies and TV shows. From action, to horror, to comedy, to something the family will enjoy. We have something for everyone. Today we bring you Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, where we follow what happened in Season 1, Episode 1, titled Scott's Precious Little Life. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. So, Scott wakes up from his sleep dreaming about a girl, right? He shoots the breeze with his roommate Wallace for a bit, and then hits the scene to jam with his band. After that, he cruises to a house party with his crew, and peeps a girl who low-key looks like the one from his dream. He tries to spark a convo, but it totally bombs. Scott bounces, and guess what? He bumps into Julie Powers, who's like, "Why are you even here?" She spills the tea that the girl he tried to talk to is Ramona Flowers and spills some deets about her. So, Julie's all like, "Don't even think about talking to her, Scott." But Scott's back in his crib, orders a Netflix DVD, crossing fingers that Ramona, who works there, will drop it off. He's on the lookout, and bam, Ramona rolls up, hands him the DVD, ready to bounce. Scott's like, "Hold up, are you the dream girl?" And Ramona's like, "Maybe, because there's a space subway in your noggin." So Scott switches gears and asks Ramona to chill with him later. She's down, so they link up at night, and Ramona spills the tea on why she made the move to Toronto. They chat about work, weather, and their vibes for a bit. Meanwhile, there's this mystery dude lurking, talking about some game starting. They decide to bounce to Ramona's pad to dodge a snowstorm. While Ramona's changing, Scott sneaks into her room, and boom, they lock lips. Ramona puts the brakes on with Scott, but she's cool about it, saying she'll decide when she's ready to take things to the next level. Meanwhile, enter Matthew, Ramona's first evil ex-boyfriend. He links up with Gideon, the head honcho of the League of Evil Exes. Gideon spills the tea to Matthew about Scott, and spills that Scott's dating a high school chick and hasn't spilled the deets yet. Plus, he clues Matthew in on Scott's mad fighting skills. Matthew's all confident he can take on Scott regardless. The next day, Scott spills the beans to Ramona about his band, and invites her to their gig that night. She's on board. Scott swings back home and spills to Wallace about his hangout with Ramona. Wallace straight up tells Scott to cut ties with Knives, his current girlfriend. Oh, and there's a letter for Scott. Surprise, surprise, it's from Matthew, challenging him to a showdown. Scott straight up ghosts that letter, tosses it like yesterday's news. He hits up Wallace, asking if he's rolling to the band's gig tonight, and Wallace is in. Knives crashes the concert, and we meet Scott's sis, Stacy. Before they can spill the beans to Knives about the breakup plan, she spots Scott, screams his name from a distance. Cue Scott panic mode. He sees Knives and Ramona heading his way and pulls a quick escape backstage. Kim, one of his bandmates, clocks the vibe and asks Scott what's up, but he's playing it off like he's all good. As his bandmates stress about another crew flaking, Scott's eyes are locked on Ramona and Knives. Even though Steven suggests canceling, Scott talks his band into rocking their set. But in the midst of the jam, Matthew crashes the scene, aiming to throw hands with Scott. Dude defends himself, and it turns out Matthew's one of Ramona's 7 evil exes, a whole squad of powerful exes. Plot twist, Matthew sent that letter as a heads up about the impending showdown. So, Scott spills the tea that he straight up ignored that letter. Matthew spills what it said. Basically, Scott's gotta take down all of Ramona's exes if he wants to keep her around. Then, out of the blue, Ramona hits Scott with an apology for not cluing him in earlier. She thought the whole thing was a joke, apparently. Ramona spills about her history with Matthew, how they teamed up back in middle school. Matthew had magic moves, and she was all about that super strength. They tag-teamed against jocks trying to date her. Fast forward to the showdown. Scott and Matthew throw down, fists flying. Spoiler alert, Scott takes the loss and literally turns into coins. Matthew's shocked at how easy it was, and Ramona's just staring at those coins, shook. If you managed to get this far, we sincerely thank you for watching the whole thing. If you have a movie or TV show that you want us to cover, just comment it down below. We might do a video of it in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our playlist for more recaps.